In this video, we're heading to the south of France, where we stayed in the charming seaside town of Cassis and spent a few days exploring the Mediterranean coast. While this town was beautiful, this is one of the very few trips that I would not do again for a 4-day weekend. Or at least, I would do it very differently. Our original plan was simple. Fly from Stuttgart to Marseille, then take the train down to Cassis for a relaxing, long weekend on the Mediterranean. But the day before we left, our flight got canceled. Since it was so last minute, we couldn't cancel our Airbnb, so we decided to just go for it anyway. Our rebooked route meant leaving a day later and taking the train to Frankfurt, and then flying from there to Marseille, which didn't sound so bad, until you factor in all the extra trains, buses, and transfers just to reach the stations and airports. By the time everything was said and done, we had almost 12 hours of travel each way. And normally our kids do pretty well with traveling, but this particular weekend was just not our best. Eventually, we made it to Cassis, in the darkness and the pouring sideways rain. We wandered through the wet and narrow streets and eventually found our Airbnb, which was up at the top of these very fun stairs. At that point, we were completely exhausted, so we sent Ryan back out into the storm to find us some pizza. It was pure survival mode at this point. But Saturday was a new day, and this was the best day of our trip. The sun came out and we spent the morning wandering through this adorable little town of Cassis before we walked towards the Calanques National Park. Even the walk there was beautiful. We passed so many incredible houses before reaching the park. If the weather had been a little less windy, I would have loved to rent a boat and explore the Calanques from the water. We spent the afternoon checking out the nearby beaches, watching the caterpillars, and admiring the cliffs of the national park, before heading back to the beach near our Airbnb for a few hours before dinner. These few hours captured exactly what I had hoped for more of on this trip. Time to relax, enjoy being together as a family, and soak up the Mediterranean sun. We loved searching for little treasures along the shore and simply watching the waves roll in. There was even a small carousel right next to the beach that the kids absolutely loved. Sunday was another mostly good day. We wandered through the town again, grabbed one of the famous pastries from a local bakery, and spent more time enjoying the beach. But I think Sunday felt a little less exciting, mostly because we knew the travel day ahead of us was coming, and we still hadn't fully recovered from the trip to get there. Monday morning, we took one last peaceful stroll along the water before beginning the journey home. And what a journey it turned out to be. I'm not exaggerating when I say this was our worst travel day ever. Just imagine 12 hours of travel, tantrums, delayed flights, missed buses and trains, being stuck in train stations, a massive and very embarrassing pee incident on the airport bus, Levi spiking a fever, falls and flying chili bowls, and somewhere along the way, my brand new AirPods disappearing. Needless to say, this is one of the very few trips where I would say it was not worth attempting over a 4-day weekend. And honestly, I'm not even sure that that extra day would have saved it. But we definitely learned our lesson. If traveling with little kids involves more than 2 transfers, we're out. Now don't get me wrong, I am so grateful for the opportunity to travel, and the town of Cassis is absolutely stunning. But if you choose to visit, maybe give yourself some more time, rent a car, or leave the kids at home. Now that we've fully recovered mentally and physically from this trip, we've already started planning the next one. And don't worry, this time we're doing things differently. We'll be taking our car to the airport and flying direct.
Cheese, cucumber fish.
Cheese cucumber fish.
Yeah, it's kind of gross, but you can try it.
very good and safe